So the reason why I don't want to take anybody on any virtual assistant training, as they call it, is that number one, what you will do as a virtual assistant, person A, is going to be different from what person B can do as a virtual assistant, because everything is tailored to you as a person, because it's based on your skills. So it's very personalized. Some people who are virtual assistants do only social media, for example. Some other people who are virtual assistants, they do only market research. I have an assistant. She's not virtual. The only reason why she's not virtual is because I need her to do some stuff for me at home. But what she does for me is that she manages my social media account for me. I still
Okay.
do some things by myself, and she manages the community. She does community management, because that's where her skills lie. I'm not going to ask her
Okay.
become a travel agent for me, for example, because she doesn't have, it's not where her natural inclinations lie. So she could say, oh, I want to learn it. But the people that do really well in anything are people who add skill to their natural talents. So they will excel beyond those people who just got the skill, or they don't have the natural flair for something. So, for example, I have a natural flair for numbers. I'm analytical. So it's very easy for me to then take a course that will maybe help me with research, for example, and I'm able to do some business research. I can say that I want to be doing business analysis, business analytics, and helping people forecast where they should go in terms of maybe new products and all of that, because I already have a background. I've done my first degree is in engineering. I have a postgraduate diploma in engineering, so mathematics is not a problem for me. But for someone whose natural flair is maybe being a creative, because they've been in the humanities or they've done the arts, telling them to come and start doing the things that are more analytical. For some people, they may eventually, because they are multi-passionate, they are able to get into it. But for some people, it will be a hard thing, because it's not they don't it doesn't work to their natural strengths. So they are coming from a place of weakness. So that's why it's important for you, as you're coming into the virtual assistant space, to define your niche. What do you really want to do as a virtual assistant? So that's why I smiled when you said, which hard skills should you learn? It depends on you. It depends on your natural flair. What do you want to be? Which kind of virtual assistant do you want to be? There are some people, they do graphic designs. They are good with that. I'm not good with graphic designs. I'm not going to put myself out as a graphic designer. I can do some decent video editing, but I don't consider myself, it's not where my natural passions lay. I just do
Very
it
good.
because I have the capacity to do it. But I don't have as in it's not what I naturally want to do, because it requires a level of patience that God is helping me with. I'm struggling with patience. I usually don't have enough time to sit down and be checking and be looking for the best design. I'm just looking for the one that works and is practical. So it's not where that's not where I would play, because I will struggle there. But if you tell me that, oh, come up with content ideas, for example, that is a place where I'm interested in. But what should I do in terms of digital marketing? As in, or I want to be a consultant. I want to build a community. I want to grow engagement. Those are things that I will do comfortably and happily. Though I'm an engineer, but it's something I do because I enjoy it. It's one of the things I enjoy. So I don't know if that addresses your concern. So let me go to the second thing I wanted to say. I can even say, okay, let me train you, bring your money, let me teach you, let me train you. But what I want, the types of virtual assistants I want to build and to encourage are people have who can go on LinkedIn, they have licenses, they have certification. Because when you get all of those things from the Udemy's and Coursera's of this world, when you get the license or the the license or the certificate from them, the license you get from them, you can put it on your LinkedIn, huh? And just that license,
Okay.
because I've had that experience personally, but not as a virtual assistant. I took some short courses on Coursera and I put the licenses on my LinkedIn page. And the level of views I'm getting as a result of that's in the engineering space, the level of engagement, LinkedIn considers me a premium member because I've put in and people are seeing that license. So I can't, me, if I train you, I can teach you the nitty gritty, but I can't give you that level of exposure. So I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I
I can,
understand you.
so what I want to do is that I want my relationship with you to be that of a mentorship, so that I tell you, go and do that course with Coursera, for example. At least you get some basics, or with Udemy, you get some basics, but I'm going to hold you
Okay.
accountable. I'm going to ask you, have you done this? So that's the point
Mhm.
of this challenge that we're doing is I'm not saying I want to teach you how to be a virtual assistant. No, I want you to set up
Mhm.
so that you are attracting the level of clientele that will be willing to pay you. And we also identify your skill gaps. Then you will go and close your skill gaps with organizations like Udemy, for example. And so by the time I'm telling a client, for example, that I don't want to call your name because this is recorded, that person F is a member of my virtual assistant community. She has she's able to she has some certification in project management, community development. I am backing all of those things with licenses from reputable organizations, because if I'm telling them that, oh, I trained her, who are you? Who are you, Adenike? Do you own a training outfit? Why should I believe that you self that? How do I know that you self you know what you are doing before I now say you now tell me that you trained somebody? So I hope you're understanding where I'm coming from.
Yes, I understand you perfectly.
So we are trying to do a gap assessment for your skills. But the skills that we want to identify are skills in the areas that you are interested in.
Yes, understand.
So so there's like a long list, for example, of things you can do. You can do calendar management, travel management. There are so many
Travel
things you can
management.
do as a virtual assistant. So now you now need to narrow down and ask yourself that, okay, which niches or which niche do I want to play in? So so that's what we are doing in these early days of the challenge. Let's see what skills, what do you want to focus on? So those are
Focus
the
on.
ones
Yeah.
that we are now giving you 90 days. You know that there was one day that we had from the list 3 to 5 skills that you want to master in 90 days. So what we are trying to do is that we know that you don't know it all, but we know that there are some people that they there's somebody in the community. She said that she has been an admin manager, for example. So she has done some of these things on site, but now she now wants to translate that that experience into being a virtual assistant. She's not going to start from zero the way someone that has not done anything will start. So that's why it's important to do a skills assessment. And I'm going to get into the scriptures now. The Bible says that the communication of your faith is made effective by the acknowledging of every good thing that is in you. So you have to first of all sit down and analyze what good is in me, what things are which skills, because even maybe you are transitioning from one career area to becoming a virtual assistant. You are possibly not starting from zero. You probably know how to use Excel sheets, for example. It will help in your analysis when if you decide that you want to go into the more analytical part of being a virtual assistant. Some people can choose that what they want to do is data entry, but they need a working knowledge of Microsoft Excel. If they have that, then they already have it. So for me, for example, I have a certificate from NIIT on basic office packages. I have that already. I don't need to go to Coursera or something to go and get it. I started doing some. I started something on Udemy, I think, for Power BI. It's already there, so it's something I already have. So if I want to continue to build, I will build along those lines. So I hope that answers your question in terms of what can I teach you. My answer is nothing. I don't want to teach anybody anything. I want to mentor people and guide them to go to the places where I can tell you, bring me 500,000 naira, I will teach you everything. But what certificate am I going to give you? When you
Mm,
put it on anywhere, who knows what clouds do I have? So
mm,
I may know what I may know work, but in this day and age that we're in, some people will say it's packaging. I don't totally agree because I believe still learn important things before they won't give you the certificate for free. So you will still learn, but you learn in and you go and spend that 500K that you have given me in a place where you will get a level of value that is helpful, so that
mm,
even if one day or the other you and I decide to part ways, you still have something that is uniquely yours from your 500K that you spent. Because if you give me that 500K, I'll teach you what I know, but you will continue to have to struggle to prove to somebody else that you know it, because you don't have anything that really proves that you know it. But if you take, and it's possible that you will not even need to spend up to 500K when you decide to go to Udemy or Coursera. That's why I share those things. I
mm,
don't want to gatekeep.
mm,
I want you to go to those places, because when you are that qualified, you are useful to me, you are useful to yourself. Because the community I want to build is a community of freelancers. So it's not like you are tied to me, you must work with me. But what I'm looking for is that I want to be able to know that if I get a job that requires someone that is able to do graphic designs, I can call person F and say, person F, this job, I have it too. They need somebody that can do so and so. I don't have this capability. But what I am selling to my clients is that I have a community of virtual assistants. So whatever skill you're looking for, you are covered. And so you don't have to be dealing with people individually. So that's what I am selling. I'm not selling courses, because it is not expedient. I don't think it's the best use of anybody's money to go and pay someone who is not a training outfit recognized for them to teach you. But that's not to say that I want you to go and get those skills with all those licenses and all. But once in a while in the actual community, we will do knowledge sharing. We will share, you will share some of the things you know, and people that are interested. So we will still have all of those in the community. But I don't want that to be your foundation. I want you to go and get the one that you can go on LinkedIn and say, I just got certification for ABC UI UX graphic design, and you get all the congratulations. It boosts your visibility. And then, much more than visibility, once you go and put it in that, there's a place on LinkedIn where you put in your licenses and certifications. Trust me, the what they call it, the people that will be viewing your profile will be people that need those services, and they know that for you to have gone to go and get trained in a reputable organization, you're serious about your business. But I know that yes, you also need maybe some a community for support, etc. There is a virtual assistant community, really. So we are running this challenge basically to just continue to help the community skill and stay in the best place for themselves. So I'm going to pause the recording now so that you can speak, because I've spoken for a while.